Yo, what's up guys, it's Wodzu here, and you probably clicked this video because of the title. Even if you know the answer for the question in the title, just stay here for one more minute so I can tell you what is the series about. Reaper is really well known across the audio engineering community all around the world, but I haven't really seen any tutorials showing how to make electronic music, not from sounds but from MIDI, and you know, all these electronic music production side of things. In this case, it will be beats, trap beats, old school beats, boom bap beats, every kind of beats. I'm a producer myself, this is what I do every day, this is what I do for the living, and I always get asked, hey bro, you are making beats in Reaper, how is it possible? Can you actually make music in Reaper? They thought like Reaper is only for recording things, for recording vocals, guitars, stuff like that, but not really for making actual music. So if you've met that kind of stereotype, this series is for you. I'm gonna show you how to prepare Reaper for music production. I'm gonna show you the workflow and the functions of Reaper, and I'm gonna show you how to make beats itself, because you know, this is all about making this beat. So this is a Reaper tutorial series, but it's also a production tutorial series, so you can watch it to learn how to make beats. If it encouraged you already, please hit the subscribe button right now and turn on all the notifications so you will get the access to all the upcoming episodes. And thanks to your subscriptions, thumbs up, comments and stuff like that, your overall activity on these videos, I'm hoping we will be able to reach more and more people from all around the world who use Reaper and want to use it for music production. I've started my journey in Reaper in like 2016 as I was looking for my first DAW I want to stick to. Before then I was using Cubase 5, but I thought I need a little change. I needed something that I could customize, that I could, you know, make more suitable for me myself. In that time I was recording guitars mostly, but soon after that I started making beats. I was working with some people from my high school and I was just learning and practicing how to work with people. And you may wonder, why is Reaper so cheap? The discounted license is $60, which allows you to earn 20 grand per year, which is a pretty decent amount of money, to be fair. And as you are using Reaper already, you know that after this 60-day trial period, it won't turn off. It will be still functional, you will still be able to make everything you did before. This is because Justin Frankel, the creator of Reaper, felt that he needs to make a DAW that's commonly available and everyone can use it. I've never seen any DAW before with a discounted license, which is for commercial use. It's not educational license or anything like that. So personally, I felt like there is a human behind all of this. This is not like a big company who's creating a commercial product. At the beginning I felt it was like an underground thing, but then I realized Reaper is big. It's actually really huge, especially knowing that Reaper is developed by a small group of people. I've told enough about the history, let's move into Reaper and let's go to my desk. Okay, so basically this is how Reaper looks like. It's ugly, isn't it? That was my first thought after opening it for the first time. The default theme is really boring. It's really like nothing looks good in this theme. Some people like it, but most of them probably not. So instead of the default theme, I'm using iLogic 3, which you have the link to in the description of this video. And for me, it looks much better. I like the contrast between the transport bar. I like the look of the tracks. Everything is like in its place, and I see all the segments of the DAW. Okay, so this is pretty usual. Here we create new tracks. We can create multiple tracks. Stuff like that, you know, typical DAW things. But today in this introduction video, I wanted to show you some unusual things. So this is the first thing. This is an audio clip on a track, and right here I'm adding a MIDI item, which, you know, I can fill up with notes. And this is on the same track. How does it work? Most of the people who haven't been using Reaper before will probably freak out now, but yeah, this is how it works in Reaper. I've inserted a simple piano on the track, and now we will just play the sound and we'll play the C major scale. So yeah, that's basically how it works. As you can see on the screen, there is also no mono or stereo track. All the audio and all the MIDI are on the same track. The exception is the automation, so let's turn on the volume envelope by pressing V on the keyboard, and here we have the automation track. We can also draw it with the pencil, we can do whatever we want. We can also automate any other parameter from the list, or the parameters like, you know, sustain, reverb of the piano, anything from the VSTs in the FX chain. The next useful thing is the MIDI Explorer you may know from FL Studio. Here I have all my media, all my sample packs, so I can just simply play the samples and choose them on the way as I'm making a beat. You turn it on by clicking View and MIDI Explorer, or just simply by pressing Ctrl-Alt-X. And here it is. And as it comes to the MIDI controllers, Reaper supports almost any kind of MIDI controller with control messages, so you can map the parameters to the certain knobs, for example on my MPD. So you can basically do anything you want and program it in a way you want. So for a test, let's make a drum kit, a simple trap drum kit. Firstly, we create the main track, which will be the drum bass. Secondly, we add another track. We put it under the drum bass. So now the drum bass track acts like a bass or the group track, and everything below it belongs to this bus. And on this channel we select the MPD 280 as a MIDI input. We arm it for recording. We enable the monitoring. We add the Ria Samplomatic. You just type in Samplomatic, and here is Ria Samplomatic 5000. Here you can choose any sample you like. For example, a hi-hat, maybe some different hi-hat. Here you turn on the velocity, and now as you play it on the MIDI controller, it just acts like it has velocity, so it plays quieter and louder depending on how hard you hit the pad. You have a bunch of different functions right here, like pitch offset, like all the ADSR, all the stuff you want to have in a basic sampler. So now I just copy and paste this track 3 times, and we have Ria Samplomatic on all these tracks. This will be the hi-hats, this will be the snare, this will be the clap, and this will be the kick. Now I just change the samples. Let's set the tempo to 400 BPM and let's record a simple drum loop. After recording, we just click the recorded item 2 times, we press Q, and we quantize all that we've recorded. And that's basically how it works. We've just made a simple drum loop in under 5 minutes. You can make it much faster with creating templates for the tracks, which I'm going to tell you about in the upcoming episode. And I'm going to share my custom templates for beatmaking in Reaper with you for free. I hope you got the overall impression of Reaper as a normal DAW that can be used for anything really. And one more thing, here is the mixer, because I have it on my second screen because I like the double screen setup. Normally the mixer will show up in the middle of the main window on a single screen setup, but the best way to use it is to undock it, and now you just press Ctrl-M to show the mixer and Ctrl-M to exit the mixer, so it doesn't waste the space right here you can use for looking at MIDI tracks. So now I'm just gonna save the project and this will be our starting point for all of this series. In the next episode, I'm going to share the best plugins I know for making beats in Reaper with you. You can create VST plugins and VST instrument setup in Reaper for really cheap, and you have all the Reaper's basic plugins, which are actually really good, even though they don't look magnificent. They don't have these fancy colors, knobs, like in FL Studio. Everything is like in Windows 98. But that's also the part why I love these plugins, because they don't distract me with these fancy user interfaces, and I'm just focusing on what I'm going to do with these plugins. And Reaper also has some tools and plugins which other DAWs don't have, and I'm definitely going to dig more into it in the further episodes. Download links for the theme and for the Reaper itself are in the description right below. As I told you at the beginning, please subscribe to the channel with all the notifications so you get the access to all the future videos. Comment this video and leave some thumbs up so other people all around the world will have a chance to learn how to make beats in Reaper. The more activity we make under these videos, the more they will be shown all around the YouTube. This is only one of the series I'm going to make on this channel. There are gonna be 2 more series, so if you have some spare time today and you like this video, please feel free to visit the channel and check out other videos. Next video this Friday. My name is Dominic, you are watching Wodzu Beats, and keep the good vibes alive.